What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com. Happy Monday, everyone. August, March the 1st. February is over. We are now on to March, and got a good little video for you. As promised, I promised you that we were going to close out the week strong with a bang, and we did such. I told you to make sure you follow me on Twitter because I was going to be doing something special for you guys. So hopefully you did so. So, want to get in a recap, give you a free play. We've already got some games locked in for Monday. Tell you what we've got going on. So, let's get it started. First and foremost, if you are not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Please come join our big happy family. That way, you can take advantage of all the free information, free game breakdowns, and all of the free winners that we get out. Start yourself a second stream of income, a serious one, not someone throwing darts. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of these videos. Because as of right now, I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the morning I'm doing this video. And sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes I do them at 1 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. I mean, there's different times. It depends on when we can get them done. And then, as always, smash the like button. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. It allows YouTube to push this video even more. That way, the people that don't know about us will start seeing it. They can take advantage, and they can get the free winners just like you guys, because that's what we're here for, to provide free winners and allow everyone to be able to make more money and put more money in their pocket each and every day. So make sure you do that. Then head on over to chasewins.com, sign up for a premium membership. That way you can start taking advantage of where the real action's at. All of these free winners that we give out, guys, and like I said in yesterday's video, we've done the numbers. We went back and looked the last 3 years since we've been on YouTube. We've gone back and averaged. We win, on average, 8 out of every 10 free plays that we give out. There's no service out there that does anything even remotely close to that. So if that's what you're getting for free, what do you think you would get if you were a paid client? If you're getting the top action that we have day in and day out. Think about it. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed your week. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope the weather was nice where you were at. Let's get on a recap of what we did for Sunday. As I said, we promised you we were going to end with a bang, and by God, that's exactly what I did. So let's do a recap of what we had. Obviously, yesterday I gave you a free play on Western Kentucky minus 15.5. I told you that was a premium play. I told you if you had to lay 16, that was fine. It didn't matter. I said that was a premium play. We loved it, and that was your free play. And what was it? It was an absolute annihilation by Western Kentucky. It was an absolute blowout. It was an easy winner from start to finish. It was never in question. So for everyone that watched the video, congratulations on the winner. It was on the premium card, so all of the premium clients got that play. I told you that we had a top play, and that was the only other NCAA basketball play that we had for Sunday. And that was Houston, minus 18. And that was another blowout winner. Again, from start to finish, never in question, never in doubt. From tip-off to the final buzzer, it was another annihilation. So a clean 2-0 sweep in NCAA basketball and a top play winner for Sunday. So congrats there. Then we jump over into the NHL. We had one NHL play for Sunday, and that was the Chicago Blackhawks. We took them in regulation, minus $1.25, and they absolutely ran Detroit out of the building. They ran them out of the United Center like they never even deserved to be there. So another blowout winner and a 1-0 day in the NHL. Then we get into the NBA. We had one NBA play on the premium card, and that was the Charlotte Hornets plus 3.5 against the Sacramento Kings. And the Charlotte Hornets, what did they do? Not only did they cover the spread, they won the game outright. So a 1-0 day in the NBA. But that's not it. I gave out a free play on Twitter in the NBA, and it was in that same game. So about 30 minutes to an hour after I released that game, I went on Twitter and I gave out the Charlotte Hornets on the money line plus $1.40. So obviously, with them winning outright, that was an easy cash as well. So for those people that also follow me on Twitter, you were able to put in a second wager on that game and cash in there for a sweep in the NBA as well. So, if you played all the games, if you didn't play the free play on Twitter, you went 4-0. If you played that game and you were on the card, you went 5-0. But here's where it gets interesting. So, we've been preaching to you about the horse racing. We've been telling you the first week of March it starts. It begins this week. Usually, our horse racing each week runs Thursday through Sunday. We don't play any of the early week stuff at a lot of the very small tracks with a lot of the quarter horses. We do things like Gulfstream Park, Churchill Downs, things like that. A lot of you who are all access members who have been with me for a long time, you guys know how it works because you got to play it all last summer while that was what we were focused on while the pandemic was going on, and nothing else was there. That's what we were playing every day and making money with. And over the past week, we've given out 3 or 4 days where we've done free plays. We have given out a total of 10 plays before today in horses, all for free, all online. And we've only lost 2 of those picks. And those 2 losses that we had, again, in horse racing, it doesn't matter that you lose a pick here and there because in the day you're hedging horses with others to that way not just add more value, but to then have that little bit of safety net to go in and yes, you might bet 2 horses in one race, but and knowing that you're going to have to lose at least one of these, but it's all about turning profit each race. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how you do it. It matters that you turn profit. So 10 picks, we've only lost 2 of them. You've made a ton of profit so far. And then on Sunday, since this was the week that we were running our horse racing year pass, that means every single horse racing pick that gets put out on the site, premium, top play, head-to-heads, doesn't matter. You would get every one of them for all of 2021, and they begin this week. It's $1,000 for that package. We're selling it for $499 this week as the early bird special. So, as I said, we were going to do something special on Twitter this weekend, and it just so happened that it was Sunday night. Los Alamitos, one of our favorite tracks. They run there Friday, Saturday, Sunday most weeks, and at least most weeks, we have at least one of those days where we hammer one of those races. Sunday was that day. So I talked to our horse racing expert, and he had actually called me early Sunday afternoon, and he said, listen, I'm going to be playing some of these Los Alamitos horses tonight, focusing on this track heavy along with Gulfstream and the other ones that we play, getting ready for the start of the season. And he said, I'm going to be making some wagers tonight. Obviously, do you want them? I said, of course. It's like anything. You're putting money on something, I'm putting money on something. But then I asked him, is it just one race? Is it 2 races? He said, well, there's 8 races going on. I'll have picks in at least 5 of them. I said, I want to give them out for free to the clients on Twitter. That way, if they're on the fence about buying the horse racing package, they can see what they're made of. They can make some money for free tonight. He said, absolutely, we'll do it. So we gave out race 2, race 4, race 5, race 6, race 7, and race 8. Picks in all of them. Gave out 10 total picks tonight. And we went 9-1 on Twitter. So if you're a Twitter follower, congratulations. You made money hand over fist tonight. There wasn't a single race that we didn't make money in. The only pick that we lost tonight was in race, I'll tell you what, I'll look. I can't remember if it was race 5 or not. That's the only thing that I don't know. I'll actually go through and tell you what all of them were. So it started off Los Alamitos race 2. We took Captain's Fury to win the race at plus $1.80. And then we also took them double the wager as a show wager. What did they do? The race won. So you won two wagers right there on race number 2. Then we jump out to race number 4. Sharona Sunset, show wager, another winner. Outright, or came in second. So you actually got even more money made on that one. Then we jump over to race 5. DK's Crown show wager. Outright won the race. Another winner. Then we jump over to race 6. Western Hustle, show, and also to win the race outright. 2 wagers. Now, what we clearly stated in race 6 was that we wanted you to take the show wager. That's going to be your main wager, your heaviest one. And then whatever you wager on that, make a separate wager for half the amount to win the race. They did not win the race, obviously, but they did cover the show. So you still made money in race 6. It was just that small half wager that you didn't cash on that one. So again, no harm, no foul. Yeah, you didn't win both picks, but you still made money on the race. That was race 6. Then we jump into race 7. Horse number 4, Powerline Road, another winner. Race number 8, another double wager, Old School Icon to win at plus 250 and show. And what we do, we cashed in both of them. Guys, if you're going to be able to get a 9-1 horse racing day where you make money in every single race we put out for free, for no money, just for following us on Twitter. And overall, in the past 7 days, you've been able to go 19-3 and again make money every single time we release horses for free. What do you think you're going to get if you get the premium package? This is nothing. This is peanuts compared to what you will get if you're paying for the horse races. Now, again, if you're an all-access member, you get horses. So you can get a 30-day all-access pass, and for 30 days, you'll get every horse racing pick that we put out. If you're a 1-year all-access member, you'll get everything you have for your 1-year all-access. All-access members get everything, and I mean everything. But if you're not, and you don't want to be, get on the horse racing package because you will make money hand over fist, week in and week out. I tell you what I'm going to do. We ran the half price special all week last week. And it's Sunday, an hour ago, that price was over. It went back up to $1,000. I am going to change that price back to $4.99 for Monday. That's it. No more. At midnight Monday night Eastern Standard Time, you will not be able to get that price anymore. You will have to pay the full $1,000. And trust me, if you don't, wait till we get a week or two into the season. You will. You'll see all the money you're missing out on, and you will. And you'll call, and you'll email me or you'll DM me and say, "Hey man, can I get it for $500?" No. We give these prices out to benefit you guys, and every time that you take advantage of it, you're glad you did so. Don't pay double the price if you don't have to. Now listen, if you want to, by all means, go ahead. It certainly doesn't hurt my feelings. But I want you guys to be able to make the most money and spend the least amount of money that you can. That's why we give these deals. Take advantage of it. You have until midnight. I'm extending it one day. $499 gets you every single horse pick that we put out for all of 2021. And it begins this week. Now, we don't know if we'll have anything on Thursday. It might be Friday, but it could be as early as Thursday. And you'll have stuff all weekend long. Don't miss out, guys. All right, let's get on a free play. Great day. Congratulations, everybody. 5-0 day on the normal stuff. 9-1 day in horses for free. Any free play that you took of ours, if you took all of them, you won all of those too. So let's get you another winner. I think we got a good one here. Now, there's a couple of things about this game that I want to go over with you. The game, Miami versus Virginia. All right, right now Virginia's laying 13.5. At that 13.5, you have to lay $1.15. That is what I wagered just a few minutes ago. Now here's the thing. Now you think about the two teams. You think Miami versus Virginia. Obviously, you know Virginia's the better team. I've spoken to you about what I think about Miami, what they're going to be in the coming years, how I think that recruiting class-wise, they recruited the best freshman class the ACC has seen in the last 5 years. Now again, COVID problems, riddled with injuries. They've had a tough season. Not to mention they're so young. So again, their season's over. They're not going to do anything with it. But you think about, okay, just in thinking about that, looking at win-loss records like I know a lot of you guys do, and I tell you don't pay attention to them, you would wonder, why is Virginia not favored by more? Why is Virginia, who Virginia fans think they're the greatest thing in the world, but again, cloudy vision. Virginia's coach thinks that he's a Hall of Fame coach, but he's an imbecile. And the general public also thinks that Virginia is a powerhouse. They're not. They are a good team. Well, they're a very good team. They're not a powerhouse. Here's what you have here. The reason that the line is so low, and I'm actually going to credit the odds makers at giving a line that reflects what's been going on, because we don't see a lot of that much anymore. The reason that it's 13 and a half, and you'll probably see a couple of 14s out there, is because Virginia, even the games they've won, they haven't been winning by a large margin. They've only covered, or they've only done a 14-point or higher win. Well, let's use 13 and a half, the spread. They have only, in the wins that they have had, if you take all their wins this year, they've only covered that number 3 times all season. Now, again, you go back to their national championship year, they were winning games by 20, 30, 30 plus, left and right. It was an everyday occurrence. Now they're winning games by 4, by 6, by 10. They're not going out there and winning games by 14, 15, 20, 25 points. So they've only covered this 13 and a half number 3 times all year. And the teams that they've done it against are not very good in the grand scheme of everything. So that's one reason to make this line kind of where it is. Now, again, they've only covered that number. But when you break these two teams down, you would still think, man, it's Miami, and they've just struggled the way they have. They've been hurt. They're young. Why is it not more? Even just a little bit more. Why is it not 15? Why is it not 16? Well, look at what Virginia's done. They're on a 3-game losing skid. They lost to FSU, respectable loss. And they got beaten. Even though some people may not agree because of the score, FSU wiped the floor with them. They used every fundamental thing that Virginia is good at and beat them at their own game. Richmond. I don't know why I just said Richmond. I've got Richmond on my mind because I broke that game down before I did this video. Duke beat Virginia. Virginia is a better team than Duke. Duke beat them. And their latest loss, NC State. Now again, NC State is much improved from the NC State of the last few years. But Virginia's still better. 3 straight losses. So that is coming into play in this line. But that's where I think we have an advantage. I broke this game down a few different ways. The first is just breaking down the two teams, the talent that's there, not taking what's gone on recently, not taking, again, I don't take the records into it, but not taking any of that and just looking talent for talent of who's going to take the court on Monday night. My line's 17 and a half. So then I did it a different way. That's when I started taking into what's happened this season. Injuries. You're coming into like a morale situation on a 3-game skid. Miami coming in, do they have anything to play for? Do they want to play spoiler and just go in there to be a thorn in someone's side? I'm still kind of getting around that 16 and a half, 17 mark. Then you take into account how slow these teams are. These two teams, Virginia being the slowest, have the longest time of possessions out of any two teams in the ACC. They're number 1 and number 2 when it comes to holding the ball the longest, having the longest possessions, taking the longest time to shoot, and being the lowest scoring. And they're not the lowest scoring because they can't score. It's because they don't shoot. They have the ball, they hold it for the entire possession, and then they shoot. Now again, for Virginia, that's worked out well on this little run they've had over these past few years, since their national championship run. Really since the year before that. But now you're coming into a game where you have Miami that does it just the same. Miami won't always do that. If you look at the very beginning of the year before they got bit by the injury bug, they played a lot faster. Then, when some of their key people were out, that coach slowed everything down. It's benefited them in a lot of ways. It hasn't really turned into wins, but it's turned into being, let's say, not embarrassed as bad. And it's gone out there and let the team fundamentally get better by going back to the basics, by letting everybody touch the ball, by letting everybody get humiliated if it takes it, but just earning those stripes. And that's one thing I really respect about that coach. So that's another reason why I think this line is the way that it is, because the odds makers are looking at it saying, well, if you've got two teams, even if one's up here and one's way down here, if they're holding the ball for 30 seconds apiece, roughly, each possession, if you do the numbers on that, of based on what the average hold time for each one of these teams is, that means there's going to be 60 possessions or less this entire game. So even if it's a completely one-sided game, what makes you think somebody's going to win by double digits? I think that, truth be told, the odds makers came into this game, took that into consideration, along with the fact that Virginia has just not covered large spreads, and they probably came out with the spread around 11 and gave a couple of points just for good merit because Virginia is better and because Miami has struggled so bad. But I really do believe that Virginia, on a 3-game skid at home, they've got some fans there. I don't know how many it'll be, but it won't be many, but they'll have some fans there. And I think that they will go out there saying, listen, if we can't win this game, then what are we going to do come ACC tournament time when nobody knows what's going to happen during the big dance? And I think that every single team in the ACC this year, usually your Carolinas and your Dukes, don't care about the postseason ACC tournament. They want to win the regular season championship by doing what they can do, having the most wins, and then they'll attend the tournament. It is what it is. They want to move on to the big dance because usually they're a higher seed and they're playing for it all. This year, I think Duke and Carolina both know that, hey, we have the players that could do it. But there's not too much of a snowball's chance in hell that they're going to be cutting the nets down at the end of the Final Four. So they know that even though, okay, yeah, we might make the dance, how far can we really go? So what can you play for? Well, we can play to hoist the trophy for the greatest conference in college basketball history. It's on a downward trend. You've got new teams emerging, your Florida States, your Miamis, your Wake Forest even. Your Blue Bloods are, trending downwards over the past couple of years. But we can still hoist that trophy and add one to the trophy case. That's going to be the mentality of your North Carolinas and your Dukes. And Virginia knows it. You really think they want Roy Williams or Coach K going after that trophy? They don't. But they will. Virginia's been exposed. And it's being shown in day-to-day. Just look at the last 3 games. But I think Virginia's going to come to play in this one. I think that they've got something to prove to themselves. I think they're going to pick up the pace just a little bit. I still think that with the very low possession count, I think with how slow that they play, I do think that's going to be a factor. I think taking that into consideration, your line's about right. But I just think that because of the differential in the team, the fact that defensively Miami's going to have an even harder time scoring, I think there's going to be more turnovers in this game than in most. I think that's going to allow Virginia to be able to get more fast breaks, kind of separate themselves a little bit, and then towards the end, I think Virginia may rely on the 3-ball just a little bit. They'll still burn clock, but they're going to go from outside even if they can get just something cooking from out there, which I think will allow Virginia to have the opportunity to win this game by 20 points. Not saying that they will, but they should. I'm going to take my chances with Virginia minus 13.5 because if Virginia can't cover this number to Miami, then Virginia might as well not come over and try to repeat against North Carolina in the tournament. They might as well not try to go out there against Duke and do it again because Coach K exposed them once and he'll do it again. I don't like Virginia, and I damn sure don't like their fucking nitwit of a coach. But Virginia is heads and tails the better team. Virginia should win this game by, my prediction is 17 points. And I'm going to take my chances. That's a premium play. It's on the card along with a handful of others. In college basketball, I've also got one posted for Monday night in the NHL. There will be more to come. I'm still waiting on some lines to come out. I'm still waiting on plenty of information to come through. But it's going to be a big Monday, guys. Make sure you go sign up. Get there. Oh, and there is a top play already posted. So if you get a 3-day pass, a 7-day pass, a 30-day pass, you get that top play. You get all daily top plays, no matter the sport. But make sure you take advantage of that 50% off on the horse racing, because at midnight tonight, Monday night, it's going back to 1,000. I'm not extending it for a second extra day. I'm doing it today because I know a lot of you were still on the fence. And by the time we had won those 9 picks tonight, it was already midnight. People were sending me emails. So I'm extending it one day. I'm doing you a favor. Make sure you jump on before you can't do it anymore. I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around with me for 25 whole minutes. I know some people hate the long videos, but I know more of you appreciate it than the people that complain about it, because you appreciate that I will actually break a game down, tell you why I like it, tell you what's going to happen, and it actually does, proving that every other capper you watch on the internet doesn't know jack shit about the sports they claim to be experts in. Let one time them come out and do a breakdown like I do. And even if they did, make sure that it's not scripted. I mean, here you go, guys. You can see what's right here. I don't have anything here. I'll be glad to show you what was sitting right here in front of me. Well, kind of. I'm not going to show you what some of it says because that's got some potential picks on it. But I don't script these videos. I don't have to. I know what I'm talking about. I follow this stuff. I eat, sleep, breathe, and shit it. Get with a handicapper who does the same. Otherwise, you're allowing somebody to throw darts with your money. I love you guys more than I can ever tell you. Can't wait to have another great week with you. Jump on board. Go to chasewins.com. Get on the package today. We will see you in the winner's circle. Smash that like button, and I'll see you back for another one on Tuesday.